You really lived here 7 years and basically had no success?
Longer.
Really?
Yeah,
How did you do that? I mean, you lived in something called a cold water railroad flat, and I'm not really even sure what that was, but how did you do that for that long and say, I'm in the right business?
Well, you don't. I mean, you think you do it for that long, you say, I'm in the wrong business. And everybody does. I'm not alone. I mean, most actors, 90% of actors don't work. I mean, that's the state of acting. There's not enough work. And the ones that do work get hired over and over again. It probably is the same in your business. A small percentage get jobs. There's no subsidization for actors like there is in Europe. So they know going in that they're not going to work, and it's I think the way you get around it is just to know going in. I am not in this profession to work. I'm in this profession to study acting, and if by happenstance I happen to get a job, I'll be very thrilled. But I think it's worse for opera singers, actually. Opera singers, I think they don't expect to achieve any kind of success until they're into their 40s. A railroad flat, by the way, is a tenement apartments I have in New York City where there's one long hallway, and the rooms branch off. So you go into an apartment, and you have a hallway, and there's Bobby Duvall was in one room, I was in another room, and Gene Hackman's in another room.
So you look back on that fondly, I guess, now?
Yeah, those were good years. I mean, I probably didn't think so then, but there was a family, big family of unemployed actors. Gene Hackman moved furniture up and down 6, 7 flights. Duvall worked the midnight to morning shift in the post office in Times Square. I worked as a attendant in the mental hospital, and we had a lot of fights about whose acting teacher was the best. You know.
You said you were a toy demonstrator at Macy's, too. I bet that was interesting to see Dustin Hoffman as a toy demonstrator.
Well, you know that hockey game?
Sticks?
Yeah, that was my game, and I was very good at it. And we had it set up on the counter, so there was at Christmas time that anybody could come along and challenge you to a game. And there was about 2 or 3 guys who were whizzes. They used to, I can't say on this, they used to beat me very badly. And Gene Hackman came up there one day with his 18-month-old baby, and it gets so frenetic during Christmas time that people buy things without even looking. And across the counter was a life-size doll section, and I told him I could sell this kid for $15, which I did. And someone crowded around. I said, it's because his baby never moved much, just kind of sat there, lifted the arm up, and everything. So one woman said, how much? I said, 15. She said, I'll take him. She said, can I have a fresh one? I said, this is the last one we have. So she grabbed him. Of course, the kid reacted. She screamed. That was the best part of working at Macy's.